Welcome everyone back to Weekly Weather Updates, and today we're going to be having a look at the GFS and the ECMWF, along with the GFS samples, and I might have a brief look at the UK Met Office run. Sorry I haven't been done videos for a couple of days. I have been very busy and I'm feeling a bit under the weather. However, I will be back and I'll be looking at just the computer models today in the mid-range, and tomorrow I'll be looking at the exact wind gusts for Storm Dennis, which will arrive over the weekend. So yes, there has been another named storm, and we'll look at that. Now, currently, that named storm is this little kink in the ice bars over here, coming out of Canada and northeast the United States. Northeast United States. So as we see that develop, we have quite a very deep low pressure, which is going to bring stormy weather to Iceland. Some people have been asking why has it not been named. As that is as deep as Kira was last week, if not deeper. Well, it's because it is not affecting the UK, so it's not going to be named by the UK or Met Erin, so the Irish Met Office. As we run through that, the low out here sort of takes energy away from this big area of low pressure, and it picks up, and that's Storm Dennis there with that little epicenter. Moving to the north of Ireland and to the northwest of Ireland and Scotland, is that really strong winds there that move in for about midday to mid-afternoon for most parts of the country, and then it sort of spirals into the main area of low pressure towards Iceland before eventually dropping and moving through our UK and sort of filling in as it moves through. But on its back edge, we do bring in some northwesterly winds, so it does turn a bit cooler, potentially with some snow showers, similar to sort of northwesterly we had earlier this week. Maybe a little bit less potent, but still reasonably cool and with snow showers. Then we get a brief bump of high pressure. It does look like this high pressure may stick around further in the south, but in the north it looks like unsettled weather will continue to take hold. This GFS operational one is going quite mild and potentially spring-like with very mild, with milder southwesterly winds with very dry sort of weather pattern, especially for the south. But then low pressure does look like it will move back in. It does look like there are hints, especially as you see towards the end of February, of this sort of amplification of the jet stream, with high pressure moving more down to the west and towards Greenland, allowing this trough of low pressure to dig down. As you'll look at the ensembles in a minute, some of these this trough over the top of the UK, so it's going very cold and potentially very wintry to start spring. However, the GFS takes the high pressure over top and a little bit to the west, so we go a little bit cooler, but we very much maintain very dry and a little bit cool, but generally not unsettled, and it will eventually be going a little bit milder as that high pressure steps to the south. We'll have a look at the upper airs. There's a lot of zonal pattern coming in here. As we see milder air, then a cooler push before milder air comes in with Storm Dennis. And as Storm Dennis moves through, we get that cold northwesterly wind again with cold air moving through. And there we go, quite cold air, potentially snow showers widespread, but we'll have to see exactly what happens there in the short range early next week. Then another milder sector as another low pressure system moves further north, but high pressure is further south, so it pushes it to the north and towards Iceland, keeping us in relatively just around average sort of air temperatures, with colder and warmer sectors alternating. And then the high pressure builds in, and we get relatively mild in the south, potentially with colder sort of nights with frost and fog, because it's still, remember, it's still February, so it does get quite cold at nights if there is no cloud and the air heat can escape. As we sort of come to the end of the run, you can see that's that northwesterly sort of push, north to northwesterly sort of push, and it's quite brief on the GFS operational run. And you see that quite cold air that's moving into Scandinavia, but on the certain other ensembles and earlier GFS runs, this low has moved over and through the UK, providing cold and wintry weather. So we'll have to keep an eye on exactly what's going to happen there towards the mid to end of this run. And we can see that cold air is perilously close to our east coast. So again, it does show you there the potential there is that we could get a cold snap. The first cold snap, really proper cold snap, I'd say, of the winter, coming basically into the spring. But we'll have to see exactly what happens with that. Now we will look at the ECMWF, and we go very zonal, very low, deep low pressure. Storm Dennis moves through, and the high pressure doesn't move the high pressure as much in the south, and we maintain a very zonal, but maybe even cool sort of trend as those winds come in from Greenland. We'll have to look at the upper airs quickly. As the say very zonal, mild and colder sectors, we get that sort of cold pressure. Storm Dennis moves through, and then as we end the run, we maintain cold northwesterlies. So generally it's pre-zonal, maybe a bit of snow further north, but nothing really too eventful. Lastly, we'll have a look at the UK Met's office run. That's Storm Dennis on Sunday midday over to the north of Scotland as it moves through that northwesterly air mass. Then as we end the office run, you do see there's that high pressure out there to the east of USA, but there is low pressure just to its west. So again, this would not allow too much amplification, but it does look like there will be another push of colder air and cold northwesterlies as this low moves through. So again, it does look like they're sort of alternating between cold, low pressure, stormy weather and the sort of showery, northwesterly, colder air mass. So we'll have to keep an eye on exactly what happens and if there are any more developments with named storms and how, and if potentially for any snow. But our focus in tomorrow's video will definitely be on Storm Dennis, and we'll have a look at that. Lastly, we'll have a look at the GFS ensembles. So as you can see, upper airs go pretty mild with Storm Dennis, and then they go cold slash cold in that sort of northwesterly air mass. We'll have to see whether it stays -2, -3, -4, or -5, -6, -7. It's -5, -6, -7. There's a high chance that there could be widespread snow showers, or if it's on the milder end, it could just stay as cool with maybe an overnight frost or two. But as we look over the ensemble, it does generally go mild as that high pressure builds in. As remember, London's in the south, so that's where that high pressure builds in. You can see there's some colder outliers potentially where a low pressure dives through the country, but it does generally go colder towards the end of the run, and we have a lot of ensemble members going below -5, some even going below -10, which is quite cold for end of February. But to show you that there is a chance of some sort of not really blocking, but amplification of the jet stream with some mid-Atlantic ridge, which is the most likely scenario at the moment, potentially with it moving towards Greenland, allowing cool and colder air to seep in. I'll look at the snow depth. Not really much to shout about again. There's a few signs towards the end of the run, but again, that's been the same this winter. We've had it a few times where it says there's going to be a cold spell coming up, and there hasn't really anything happened. This is the 2-meter temperatures, so around average 6-7 degrees high, maybe a little bit higher when Storm Dennis comes through, and as that high pressure builds in the south. But again, there could be an inversion, so it could be quite cold at night, even though it might get up to 9-10 degrees in the day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Storm Dennis does look like it's going to be quite severe. The rainfall is the biggest issue. So as you saw, that low pressure just mills around to our north for quite a long time, sending loads of weather fronts in. So you need to keep an eye on, especially on the Met Office warnings, as they will have access to the most detailed short range models. I'll highlight this tomorrow. I'll do wind gusts and rainfall totals, and we'll have a look at that tomorrow. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for you, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another update.